Hey everybody, I'm Jeannie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about what I have learned in my first few months as a small business owner. So stay tuned. So today, as I mentioned, this is going to be a fun one. I'm going to share with you what I have learned in my first few months of being a small business owner. We are all friends here, so I will be very honest with exact dates. I LLC'd my business on July 1st, and today is October 2nd. So really, we're looking at 3 months and 1 day of owning this business. Okay, so let's get started. First thing that I learned is that it is all mindset. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I am all about mindset. And starting a business is mindset. It's saying that you're gonna do it. The next part of that mindset piece is you have to believe in yourself so much. You can't be sitting there saying, I'm never gonna make this work. I have 0 clients, boo-hoo. Everyone starts with 0 clients. You really have to get in the mindset of these clients you have, they might not be here with you right now, but they're out there. You just have to get started and go find them. The other thing that goes along with mindset is you have to wake up every day as though you already have them. You've got to leap out of bed to the sound of trumpets, is what Jen Sincero says. And I think she's so funny. You have to leap out of bed with this mindset that you have everything already. And you have to put your head in that headspace, because when you do, you will create it. So first piece is that it's all about mindset. Second thing that I learned about running a small business is you start by starting. I know that sounds silly, but it's true. There are so many conversations I have with my clients where they say, I just don't know where to start. And honestly, in a way, I didn't either, but I just started. I started by creating a blog. I started by creating an Instagram. I started by signing up for a coaching course, and then I started by LLCing. I talk about this all the time, but motion brings clarity. When you get started and you do, it will lead you somewhere. Next thing that I learned about running a small business is you have to get very comfortable with making mistakes. And it's not just a mistake that is like personal to you in your own home. Everybody is seeing these things happen. So they are public mistakes, let's say. But here's also the fun part. No one else really knows they are mistakes, just you. So for example, when I first started my Mindful Jeans Instagram, I was just posting stuff. I was just putting content out there. Through putting content out there, I got clearer and better at making sure that it was good content that I was putting out there. But if I was so just paranoid about making sure that everything was perfect, I would never learn by doing. So I even shared with a friend at one point how when I first started my Instagram, it was a hot mess. And she said, I've never seen it being a hot mess. I feel like you've always had really consistent branding, which in my eyes, I haven't. And so for her to say that means that these are mistakes to me. They're not mistakes to other people. Now, here's the other thing. You will also make public mistakes that people might see. Doesn't matter. You gotta let them roll off of you. And then, which brings me to my number 4 point, you have to pivot. Something I have learned is that everybody pivots in their career. You almost like can't not pivot. To not pivot at all means like you were destined to do something and never got off track from it. Very rarely is that the case. You start by starting, you make mistakes, and then you realize in which direction you want to go in. A very famous pivot would be Ellen DeGeneres, who did stand-up comedy. She had her own sitcom. The sitcom bombed and everybody knew it. But did that keep her from figuring out what was the right fit for her? No. She went into being a talk show host, which other people have bombed at, and she has killed it. For my own pivot, I started the Mindful Jeans Instagram, as I mentioned, on a whim. I put stuff out there about wellness, about what recipes I liked, workouts I was doing. It felt like a hodgepodge of content. It just had like tons of stuff on there without clear direction. And really the pivot that I made is that I want to be known for mindset stuff. I want to be known for coaching. And that allowed me to say, great, how now can I change my content into a different direction? I wasn't going to hold myself back from doing that when I know it's the right thing for me, just because I started in another place. So get comfortable and embrace pivoting. It's going to happen. It happens to everyone, and it brings you closer to where you're supposed to be. The last thing that I was not expecting to experience and learn from being a small business owner is that being a small business owner and being unemployed are two sides of the same coin. You have two examples where you have a calendar that is meant for you to fill. You know you should be doing certain things, you know you kind of have to be doing certain things, but really it's on you to have that motivation and that ambition and drive to stay on top of what your goals are and to go about achieving them. So that'd be the last thing that I really learned about being a small business owner is it's like dangerously close to being unemployed, essentially. If you don't know my story, I did get laid off and it's what led me here. Anybody who is actually unemployed right now, I want you to know you are so close to being self-employed. It's just a decision you have to make to get there, and all of a sudden you're there. So that's it. Those are 5 things that I have learned in the last few months of being a small business owner. There is going to be a lot more that I'm going to learn, so I can imagine doing one of these again. If you have any questions at all or want me to elaborate on anything, please drop it in the comments. You can sign up for a free consultation through my website, jeannieandreessen.com. Also, while you're there, please sign up for my freebie, 5 mindsets that you need to have to successfully venture into entrepreneurship. I think you'll really enjoy it. So put your email address in there and you will get that. It has been so fun to chat with you today, and I will see you next time.